is that it should improve, it should increase your qualification. It's not a waste of time because you become more qualified after you engage in it. Okay, let me recap this part because I will still fill up this part, this side of the wall. Okay, it goes like this. When you speak of personal growth and professional development, ang ibig sabihin nito, you value. Binibigyan pahalaga mo ang personal growth and professional development. In the more concrete term, ito yung CPD, Continuing Professional Development, na nanggaling sa isang batas, 10912, na nag-utos sa PRC since 2016 na dapat bago ka makarenew ng license, kailangan mo ng 45 units kasi kailangan mo ng 15 units per year. So kung uma-attend ka ng seminar 3 times in 1 year at binigyan ka ng 5 units per seminar, meron ka ng 15 units. Pero yun lang ba ang pinanggagalingan ng CPD? The answer is no. Pero palalimin pa natin ang usapan. Meron kasing tinatawag na ASEAN Economic Cooperation. At dahil dyan, nagkaroon ng ASEAN Qualification Reference Framework na kung saan ang qualification ng Filipino professionals ay nire-recognize, mutual recognition, kasi may agreement ang ASEAN na may mutual recognition na yung ating qualifications na naaayon sa ating Philippine Qualification Framework ay nire-recognize din as qualification sa ibang bansa sa ASEAN. At kasabay niyan, yung mga qualifications ng mga kapitbahay nating ASEAN nations, tatanggapin din dito sa Pilipinas. Okay? At kagaya nun, sabi ko, therefore, kailangan nating mag-specialize. Kaya mag-engage tayo sa mga post-baccalaureate specialization training, education, okay? Pwedeng interdisciplinary across the discipline. Pwedeng multidisciplinary. By multidisciplinary, pwedeng umattend ka ng isang seminar sa first aid, may nakita ka dong engineer, may nakita ka dong nurse, may nakita ka dong doktor, may nakita ka dong teacher. Yun ang multidisciplinary kasi tanggap yon. At ang konteksto ng CPD ay i-assimilate mo, iipunin mo ang learning na yon. Iipunin mo ang learning na yon para magamit mo sa improvement ng practice mo, magamit mo sa research kung interesado ka sa research, at mapatutuhanan niya na ikaw ay isang lifelong learner. Ang learning can happen informal. Pumunta ka sa school, may curriculum, may structure, formal. Okay, kung hindi masyadong ganun ka-formal, yun yung informal. Pero ang informal is alternative. It's addition to. It's like seminar, workshop, trainings, mga ganon. Okay, o kaya mga modular learning, etc. These are non-formal. Bakit siya non-formal? Formal siya pero hindi masyado. Pag sinabi mong informal, hindi talaga siya formal. Okay, pinag-aralan mo, tinuruan ka ng nanay mo kung paano magluto, hindi ka pwedeng pumunta sa test at sasabihin mo, tinuruan ka ng nanay mo para magluto at mas magaling ka na sa nanay mo. That wouldn't work. So what you have to do there is to make sure that what you learn is recognized. At para ma-recognize yun, kailangan ma-validate. At para ma-validate yun, i-assess ka. At pag na-assess yun at napatunayang meron kang capability, ma-accredit yung iyong informal learning, mabibigyan ka ngayon ng qualification. At kaya yung mga NC2, NC3, NC4, those are certifications that prove your qualification. Alright, so that's the part right here. I will now continue with something more than just being required to achieve or to renew your license. I'll talk about the teacher valuing. Okay, may binavalue ang teacher dito. Personal. Okay, binavalue niya ang personal, personal and professional. There's a magic word here, reflection. Okay, this is a big word in education. Personal and professional reflection. Pag sinabi mong reflection, reflective learning, this is reflection in at reflection on action. Okay. In the context of education, you reflect while you are teaching, or you can reflect after teaching, and such reflection leads to improvement. Yun ang gusto nating pag-usapan. At dahil marunong kang mag-reflect, marunong kang mag-improve ng sarili mo in action, habang ginagawa mo, on action, okay, pagkatapos mong ma-experience yung gawain yon. Now, related to this is the concept of lifelong learning. Kasi, ang teacher, okay, All right, the concept of lifelong learning. And lifelong learning is a concept that tells us that we are responsible. You will assume, okay, we should assume personal responsibility. Okay, we will assume personal responsibility for your own learning. And that makes you a lifelong learner. Ikaw mismo ang mag-a-assume ng responsibility for your own learning. And this supports John Dewey's, favorite famous quotation that education is life. Okay, hindi totoo na education for life. It is education is life. Now, a teacher who is a reflective learner knows how to learn. All right? Remember, it's, learning to know, learning to be, learning to do, learning to live together, and learning to change. But this one is learning to learn. Okay, everything begins with that favorite quote, derived from the favorite quote, experience is the best teacher. Okay, let's agree. Let's agree meantime. Let's all agree that experience is the best teacher. Fine with me. But you know what? I don't quite agree because there are other better teachers than experience alone. But let me put it in this context. You experience it. But sometimes we experience it and it ends there. That's not good. There should be some amount of reflection. You experience, then you reflect from that experience. This is what I do every night. I go back to the day. I reflect. What happened to me during the day? Okay, and what happened to me, that how would I improve it in case it happens again? All right, and after that, then you theorize. You theorize. How is that? You make a conclusion. For example, I said, I experienced creating this video today. Tonight, I will reflect and ask myself, if I will do the video again, how would I do it better? And therefore, I watch myself as this video is posted. I reflect upon it, then I theorize. I'll probably say, maybe in the future, I should tagalize some part. Or maybe in the future, I should, expound some more in some areas. All right? And therefore, I theorize. Then therefore, after I theorize, I will do it. I'll do something else. But I will try to experiment. I want to try something new. I will try to deliver my lecture in more Tagalog ways than English so that it could be understood more by others. Or maybe I should start with English but summarize in the end in Filipino. Okay, and I will experiment. And that experimentation creates the new experience. So it goes in cycle. It goes round and round and make me grow from one experience to reflection, to theorizing, to experimenting, and then I improve upon it. But why is this not happening? Because we lack the 4 skills to be reflective. One of them is what you call the valuing skills. Valuing skills. Okay, we don't give much values of the experience. That's why we don't reflect upon it. Why? Because we ignore it. We ignore the value of the experience. That's why we don't even reflect about it. Once you reflect, you develop the thinking skills. You become a reflective thinker. Okay? And sometimes you don't grow from the experience because you don't think about it anymore. Then after you think about it and you develop some conclusion, there should be some decision skills. And not many of us would know how to make decision. Okay, the decisions to change, the decision to improve something. And finally, what we actually lack to improve is the acting skills. We don't know how to act it out. We lack the skills to act it out. All right, imagine if a teacher, every time she would go home, on her way walking back home from school, what if the teacher is engaging in reflection on action? While the teacher is teaching, the teaching should be reflecting in action. Then on her way home, she is doing reflection on action. And she will reflect upon the experience of that day, valuing it, and thinking about it, and making a conclusion, thinking of some students who were missed out, some students who were reprimanded, some students who were not giving attention. Then the teacher will make a decision to experiment on something. The next day, act on it and create a new experience. That teacher will grow from becoming a beginning teacher to a distinguished teacher. So that's the connection, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you're talking about lifelong learning and personal development, don't miss that the teacher is committed to uphold the dignity of becoming a teacher. Dignity. Okay. All right. Uphold the dignity of teaching, of becoming a teacher. And this is where, key words emerge in the development of all of these. The first of them is what you call the caring behavior. Okay, the caring behavior. All right. We want teachers who are more caring. Okay, teachers who know respect. Okay. All right. And finally, teachers who would have the integrity. All right. Now, and this is part of what you will develop personally and professionally. Caring behavior has something to do with empathy. Do you feel what the students feel? And as you feel the feeling, you remain objective. Can you feel what your co-teacher feels? Can you put yourself in the shoes of a mother of this child? That's empathy. It's when you feel what the person feels but retains objectivity. Because if you are subjective, you're not empathetic. You are sympathetic. Okay, that's the difference. You have to be objective to be empathetic. And of course, this is where compassion comes in. Compassion. So, you may want to impose the rules, but do you have the compassion that this child in front of you did not eat breakfast? Do you have the compassion to have an extended 30 minutes with the child because you know that the child's parents fought this morning and got separated this morning? Things like that. As teachers, you should be more than just a content provider. But you are in loco parentis, the parents of the child in the class, in the school, in loco parentis. Now, with respect means tolerance. This is a magic word in teaching. Tolerance is when you don't necessarily agree or you don't necessarily align with it, but you seek to understand and you allow that diversity. For example, religion. Okay, for example, religion. Yes, you're Christian and you have a Muslim student. It doesn't mean that if you respect, it doesn't mean you will also you worship Allah. No. Tolerance tells you that, okay, I am Catholic, I am Christian, you are a Muslim, I respect what you believe in, and I am not changing necessarily what I believe in only because I respect you. That's tolerance. And there's beauty there, diversity. When something is not aligned with what you believe in, it doesn't mean that what you don't believe in is wrong, because you are both probably correct. Okay. And lastly, with integrity, don't miss honesty. Teachers should teach and demonstrate honesty, because honesty is what leads to trustworthiness. Okay? Trustworthiness. The teacher who can be trusted. And all of these, the caring behavior, the respect, the integrity, these are the basis, or these are the foundation of the dignity or the dignity of the teaching profession. Okay? So that's very, very important. And all of these will be anchored on philosophy. That's why there's philosophy of education. And such philosophy will teach us not only understanding.
Ilan bang utang ni Israel? Marami na?
Okay? Not only view.
Pero marami
Okay?
yung kinuha niya
But
nakaraan
even conceptualization. All right. Philosophy goes like, it's all about perspective. If somebody's looking at me from this direction, and that person says, oh, I can see your face. And somebody is behind me can see my hair and say, no, I don't see a face. I see hair. I see the back. And on this side would say, a person on this side would say, I can see your right side. And the person in this side would say, no, I don't see the right side. I see the left side. Do you know that even if they're looking at different perspectives, they're actually correct? They're all looking at me. That's philosophy. And because of this, a teacher wants to grow not only by herself, but she wants to grow in collaboration with others. That's why she links with colleagues.
Yan nga.
Okay? And that's why you should be part of an organization. You should be part of your alumni because that's part of the personal growth and professional development. So I will summarize this side. And sabi natin, ang personal growth at professional development has something to do with the teacher's ability to have personal and professional reflection. Ang sabi natin, pag sinabing reflection in action, habang nangyayari yung action. Pag sinabi natin reflection on action, pagkatapos mangyari yung sitwasyon. Ang purpose ng reflection ay para mag-improve. At tinuro ko sa inyo, by the way, this is by Kolb. Okay? This is Kolb's, what do you call this? Adult learning model. Sabi natin, nag-uumpisa ang lahat sa experience, tapos i-reflect mo yung experience, tapos mag-theorize ka ng experience, tapos you should be ready to create a new experience and experiment to create a new experience. Pero sabi natin, kaya hindi nangyayari to, kasi minsan wala tayong valuing skills, hindi natin napapahalagahan yung experience. Ayaw natin mag-isip, hindi tayo sanay mag-isip, thinking skills. O kaya nag-isip tayo, hindi naman tayo nagdesisyon. Or nagdesisyon tayo, hindi naman natin nagawa. Pero kung kaya natin gawin itong apat na to, we will grow as professionals. Kasi sabi nga natin, gusto nating umangat sa pagiging beginning teacher na may kakayanan, mayroong kwalifikasyon, pero kailangan pa ng suporta ng marami. Samantalang kung proficient ka na over time, you can be on your own, you can be, you have capability na to execute educational program. Pero syempre, gusto mo mas malalim pa doon, gusto mo magkaroon ng in-depth, sophisticated knowledge about it. You want to be collaborative, you want to mentor others. That's why these people go to hear it. Okay, they mentor. And of course, this is what we want. We want to be the distinguished teacher, talking about global, talking about excellence, quality, walking the talk of continuing improvement, walking the talk of professional enrichment, and celebrating the impact that you create in the lives of others, not only of your students, but of people around you. At sabi natin, siyempre kung ikaw ay totoong professionally and personally reflective, then you will assume the personal responsibility for your learning. Okay? And that's why education is life. Ang may sabi nito ay si John Dewey. Alright. Kaya, yun ang definition ng lifelong learning. Walang pwedeng magsabi sa'yo kung paano ka matututo kasi ikaw na mismo ang nag-a-assume na kailangan mong matuto. Hindi ka mag-graduate studies kasi gusto mong ma-promote. Mag-graduate studies ka kasi gusto mong maging mas magaling na guro. Hindi ka mag-graduate studies kasi gusto mong maging principal or maging superintendent. Gusto mong mag-graduate studies kasi gusto mong mag-research. Okay? Gusto mong mag-improve ang iyong practice at gusto mong maging lifelong learner. At tatandaan nyo, hindi lang lahat ng learning ay formal, hindi lang lahat ng learning ay kailangan sa school. Pwedeng non-formal, through seminars, webinars, self-directed learning, etc. Pero ding informal, yung mga natutunan mo sa buhay. Kaya lang, kung gusto mo siyang maging qualification, kailangan humanap ka ng recognition, validation, and accreditation ng learning na yon na pinag-usapan natin. At syempre, kailangan palalimin natin ang ating filosofiya bilang mga teachers, not only to gain understanding, not only to see the views, but also to be able to enrich our conceptualization. And finally, bilang mga teachers who are growing personally and developing professionally, kailangan ma-uphold natin ang dignity of the teaching profession and the dignity of teachers. Paano yon? Through our caring behavior. Ikaw ba'y empathetic? Can you put yourself in the shoes of another? Yun yung mga issues dito. Can you feel what others feel? Do you have the compassion? Can you do acts of kindness? And of course, respeto, marunong ka ba mag-tolerate? The keyword here is tolerance. Halimbawa, gender. It doesn't mean you have to be gay to respect LGBT rights. It doesn't follow. Okay, you can respect and understand and respect the LGBT rights and the LGBT choices, even if you're not part of it. And that's what you call tolerance. And the perfect example of that is religion. You don't have to be Muslim to appreciate the beauty of Islam, okay? And to apply some principles of Islam in your lives. And that's celebrating the beauty of diversity. And lastly, integrity is when you're honest, and that's when you are trustworthy. You know, trust is not something you solicit. It's something that's given to you. And that's because you are integral, you're whole. That means you are a great person inside and out. So this may have taken you so long. But you know, CPD, or personal growth and development, it's not because you're renewing the license. It's because it is your responsibility to improve. You know why? Because the world is changing. And why won't you? You know, and always remember this, the teacher cannot pour from an empty cup. Teachers can only give what they have. If you don't have it, you cannot give it. And it will be unfair to your students who you are forcing to learn if you yourself has stagnated in your learning. Thank you very much. And this completes the 7 domains of the PPST. In case you have not watched the 6 other PPST videos that I have right here, you might be missing a major element on how to become not only a good teacher, but a great one. That's the intention of this channel. So please subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell so that you can get updates whenever we post something, not only in teaching, not only as teachers, but also as persons. Because soon, this channel will provide all those. But for the meantime, congratulations for becoming a person who will choose to develop professionally and grow personally. Thank you. Keep safe.
مياه أوسكا جوهر النقاء.